Welcome to part 4 of Mega Man and Bass. As you can see, after beating Burner Man, not only do we have Pirate Man accessible, of course we have his weakness weapon, but that crystal I mentioned earlier, there is a path leading to it from Burner Man stage. So without further ado, let's get started with Pirate Man. Why did I call him Burner Man? I've already beaten Burner Man. He's done. He's dead for now. But nonetheless, we've come to Pirate Man stage, and Pirate Man stage may look almost exactly like Aquaman stage, save for the fact that you don't have the feature to swim, which is stupid. Because in Aquaman stage, at least Mega Man could swim. You can't swim in this game, oh no. It's pretty much back to bare bones Mega Man 2. Save for the fact that there's a Charge Buster. I would have said back to bare bones Mega Man 5, but there's barely any water levels save for Wily's Castle. And everybody knows that because they've already seen me beating that game not too long ago. Anyway, while traversing this stage, a few things need to be said. One, be careful of the landmines that are here, well, the mines that are here, and try to do a long double jump if you can. Mega Man, unfortunately, will have to take the lower path in order to get to where he needs to go, because he cannot make such high jumps as Bass can. As you could also see there, Mega Man also has to slide through. But, here is the deal. Bass can actually make such jumps and actually comes into areas where he normally can't because of the fact that he has the ability to double jump. And also, eventually, will have the ability to use the treble boost. Mega Man has no such weapons, so he'll just fall straight to the ground and have to worry about luck jumps. But the only reason why I came here, into this area, is because normally the octopuses and the clams that I shoot here would drop stuff, but unfortunately they don't. Now we've come here to the Robot Mollusk area where you don't need to be, you don't need to go too fast. You just need to be, oh god damn it, I did not mean to run into that thing. You just need to be careful and cautious and try to get through without taking too much damage. Also, this whale, that's from Tingu Man stage, and also I do believe Iceman stage if I'm not mistaken. No, Tingu Man stage, I'm right. So it happens to be here because of course it's a whale. Now then, let's try to get through this area without dying. I was so close, because that was practically near the end. Basically, this is a really short stage, to be honest. But the fact that I'm having too much trouble with it is because of the fact of my own foolish mistakes. Which is more than what I could say for Burner Man, because yeah, that was bullshit. That really was bullshit. Now then, as far as I'm concerned, you might want to just try to dash as quickly as humanly possible so that you can get out of the area before you run into whales. But then I run into spikes. Like a dummy. Yep. It's gonna be one of those days, I guess. Apparently, me and Spikes are just so friendly together. I don't know why. Again, I think it's because I jumped the gun too much. But for the most part, take your time with this stage, because again, things like what just happened to me twice will happen. And again, be careful of these aquatic mines, that's what I'm trying to say. Or depth charges, that's what it is, yes. They don't explode, however, they will do a hell of a lot of damage to Bass and Mega Man. Oh, speaking of which, Mega Man will need to use the bubbles below because he doesn't have a double jump feature. Bass does. So you'll have to pray that the bubbles do not pop. Otherwise, well, Mega Man will end up running into some serious repercussions. But nonetheless, we are here at Pirate Man stage. And unfortunately, I don't have enough health to actually use a Robot Master weapon, so I'm going to try to use the Bass Buster until I end up dying, then I'll use the Robot Master's weakness weapon. if you don't use a weakness weapon, you're gonna have to pretty much avoid that bubble attack of his and use your base busters to shoot him out of it. I mean, there is a pattern to actually trap him, but oh, I did not see that mine because it didn't actually come in to render, like, because of the fact that I'm recording this and some of the mines, they either flicker or don't even show up. But no excuses, I actually took too many hits as well. Anyway, the real weakness is the Wave Burner, which you could use the Wave Burner even while he's spinning like this to actually knock him out of it and have him crashing head first, which will do more damage. Ironically enough, if you actually hit him with the Wave Burner while you're above water, it will do more damage to him than what it will underwater, which is why he keeps it underwater. But nonetheless, once he tries to raise the water level, he's pretty much as good as dead. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we now have Pirate Man's power, and that makes 3, and we only got 5 more Robot Masters left. Huzzah! And that animation still looks cool. So, what we got is the Remote Mine. And for those of you who haven't seen my X2 playthrough, Remote Mine is practically like the Magnet Mine, except you have to actually control the mine and activate it to detonate it. Although it can be a little bit tedious to activate that mine, still, it is a useful weapon, especially for the boss, and on top of that, especially for where we need to go. In fact, all the weapons are useless for where we need to go next, which is this Crystal Tower. So again, we will need to beat all 8 Robot Masters, but at the same time, we have to clear King's Security Tower in order to do so. This area right here is for the Lightning Bolt. Don't have that yet. Let's see. This area is for the Tengu Blade. Don't have that. Well, at least not until part 6. And this is the area we need to go since I've got the Remote Mine. Now, you're going to need Base's double jump and good control with the control stick or the D-pad, depending on what game you're using, to try to control the bomb to hit on the side of the wall and destroy the switch to activate the big bolt. And let me correct myself. The small bolts were 5, the bigger bolts were... No, the big bolts were 15 and the bigger bolts are 100. So yeah. Now in this room you just need to push the ice wall into the remote, and there you got another screw. By the way, these screws are a one and done deal. If you don't pick them up, then you pretty much missed out on them. So, once you light the fuse on that and destroy the switch, that will be 3 out of 5 switches done. We only got 5 more switches to go before we're finally finished. Oh, and by the way, I just want to point something out to you. When you come here and you use weapon energy, if you miss some of the switches, like with the Remote Mine, definitely is going to take some practice. You will need to refill your weapon energy. So yeah, you'll be going into the next stage without any weapons if you aren't careful. And speaking of going in the stage, I hope to go into the next stage with some brand new items. However, the only good items I see is all but that one thing in the second row. That one thing right there is the second part of the transceiver. Meanwhile, we've got the high-speed dash, which is something we definitely need from here on in. It'll make things a hell of a lot better. We have the treble boost, or gospel boost here. But primarily the treble boost will definitely help you for the boss's castle and every other platforming problems you have. And also the step booster, which will definitely help for the next area. The counter attacker, which will definitely help for all bosses from here on in. And finally, there is the super recover, which if you're low on health or low on weapon energy, you don that while picking up items, you'll get them refilled faster. Anyway, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys in part 5 when we take on Groundman. This is RP Man 985. One last thing to note, Groundman's gonna be a little bit tougher than usual.